Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? No one's here, but started a half hour earlier. Now I'm trying to bring up this one. Let's see, there's was. Let's see, and no one's here. 3 watching though. All right, I'm gonna turn that down. Now I can see YouTube too. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Yeah, it was. I was just sitting here and pouring a cup of coffee. I said I'm just gonna go on. Why not? Um, Almost 6:30. I'm imagining PM Seattle, right? I think, Ralph. And you got your shirt, didn't you? I think. I hope. I still got to go through all the shirts uh, and do that. I think I said that last time too. Uh, yes, Seattle. That's what I thought. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I was just sitting here, getting ready. I cleaned off. I got a new. I don't know where this thing is. Oh, this thing here for the deal. You set your laptop on that sucks extra air through it. I got a fancy one, an actual one, instead of just have the open deals. It's got a filter on it and all sorts of stuff. It really does keep it a lot cooler. Cool, cool, cool. Good to hear. Fit. Hey, Andrew. Good morning. Um, and then I've got this spot here cleaned for that. I'm not a computer guy. I bought the one from my wife's work. I think I showed it. I can't remember if anybody said it. I think it's decent. It's a 9 Gen i5, 16 gigabyte of RAM, and one terabyte or whatever it is hard drive, and it's an Acer, and it's an all-in-one. It's all in the deal. I think it's 22 inches, something like that, 21 and a half. Hey, CJ, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. Hope things are going good for you. So I'm going to set that one there, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with. I did order a wireless keyboard and mouse for. Actually, I have a wireless mouse for the laptop, but um, I figured it would be nice to have a keyboard here instead of me having to go over there. And then this one has a wired keyboard or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why it was 5,000 baht. So for 100 and with the new, I didn't check the rates this morning. Are the rates still good? I did move some money when it was at 37 even. Let's see what it's at this morning. And it's still at 37.065 according to my deal. I think Wise is always a 1 or 2, 3 points, point whatever, tenths or whatever higher. Still a good. I think it's good. Anything to me, anything above 30 is good. Um, um, um. So anyway, so we checked that. Let me get back to this. Okay. Uh, uh, uh. Hey James, how you doing? I know I'm early. That's a first, right? And it was really weird because earlier it showed Rob had put a thing saying thanks for the shirt. I'm 50. It's 55. His 55th birthday today, but he wasn't going to be able to make the live stream. But I don't know what happened. Yeah, exactly, Ralph. Exactly. Yeah, it's been my little program that my wife put on my phone app or whatever it is usually pretty good. Uh, Close, and it's been saying 37 for the last few days. I get a bot under that when I use my Chase deal. They give me exactly one bot less. So when I moved the money, it was 36 even. Um, I should check into some of the other ones, but I haven't. Uh, hey Daniel, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Um, but yeah, and I'm the same because I think when I got here, it's been creeping up on 6 years that I've been here in Thailand, which it seems like 6 minutes, of course. But I think it was 29 or 30, maybe 30, right around 30. And so, like that's what I said. That's what I figured when I moved. So that's the figure that stuck in my mind. That anything, pretty much around that, I'm pretty happy with. Of course, I mean, you get up in 37. That's good. Yeah, I don't know what to get the information. This one she gave me. I don't know if you can. You're probably not going to see it, or called Gold Now. This one right there. Probably can't read it. Is it backwards? Gold Now, and I'm imagining that's probably a lot of what the Thai people are using here. I'm guessing that. I don't know that for a fact. But it seems like it's pretty good because every time I bring it up, then somebody will pop on and say, I checked with Weiss and it was 37.32, whatever, but it's always really close. Um, yeah, let me see something here real quick. Sorry. Okay. Here. All right, I'm back. So anyway, so I started early, so there'll probably be people will come in at the normal time. Right now it's only 8:06, but plus I don't know. I wanted to try to do a couple of things today. I still haven't. It's just been 100 in the hubs of hell. Like I said, this I go to my. It's like 42 on the thing for the next forever. Oh look, it gets cooler on Saturday down to 39, but just 41, 42, 42, 42, 41, 39. And it looks like Tuesday they're calling for, well, they're calling for rain on Monday, not this Monday, not a week from today, and down to 38, and then 35 on Tuesday, and 36, and no rain on Wednesday. So they're actually a week from today. They're saying a 35% chance of rain on Monday and Tuesday, which I think would be, according to my wife. Of course, we aren't experiencing any of it because I have the well and the water, and I've got 4,000 liters of water. Um, but I use a lot in the pool and the pond and all that crap. And then my father-in-law and mother-in-law, they're like infringing on the property to the left and right of me and growing long bean and all sorts of crap. So they use a lot of water. Yeah, it's been hot. That's for sure, CJ. No doubt. I like mine in that it does damn near everything: length, distance, mass, speed, temperature. Oh, really? I did. I'll have to check it out. Um, yeah, yeah. I really liked. I was in. I don't know. I think we probably talked about it before, but years and years ago, one of the guys that worked for us was lived in Puyallup, and his best friend was in charge of mass residential tract homes that were on like half acres or quarter acres or whatever, but like 350, 800 of them at a time. And he had an in with them, and I went up there and got a contractor's license and everything. I was in business. I got there on a Monday, and on Friday we were. I had everything I needed: insurance, contractor's license, and everything. It was amazing how easy it was. That this was 30 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago. Anyway, that's what I said about Seattle. It was weird because the first day that we're getting ready to go to work, I get up, it's raining, and I said, "Oh, so we're not going to work today?" And he goes, No, 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 no. If we didn't work in this, we wouldn't work at all. We went out there, and even framers and shit were doing, but a lot of the inside guys, they would get going. But what cracked me up was as soon as all of a sudden one day I got up in the morning and went to the shop, the big round ball of in the sky was out and sun was shining, and there must have been, as far as you could see, concrete trucks lined up pouring foundations and everything. And they poured as many as they could from sunrise to sunset, and then the next day it'd be drizzling and raining. But I liked it. A lot of people said it's gloomy and people commit suicide, and I thought it was calming. I mean, I loved it, and just such lush green. I don't know if anybody has been up into Seattle and that area. Just beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Good morning to you. But yeah, it was just funny. But there wasn't enough money in it. I was only there for about 4 or 5 months or something, and then I came back and just said, "Here, just take it. There's not enough money for everybody to make something." So, yeah, definitely agree. But I had bought no not a Suburban, but what do you call them? The Chevy, not a Bronco. I don't know, whatever, the 4-wheel drive like SUV deals, the old ones, like a 81 or something. And I cruised around and I loved it. I loved it there. Yeah, not the Tahoe. Yeah, Tahoe, I guess, but there was another name too for the older ones. Blazer, Blazer, is that right? There you go. Ralph's got it. Blazer. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking of. And it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I really liked Puyallup. I didn't tour, the whole area up there, but every place that I went was pretty neat. I liked it. But a lot of people saying that it's really, I don't know. I guess they have a lot of suicides and shit from it's constantly being overcast and raining and shit. I don't see. I mean, I don't know. If you're gonna, kill yourself, you're probably gonna kill yourself just about anywhere that you're at. I don't think it matters that it's raining a lot or something. Hopefully, no one does that. Nothing worse than taking your own life. Holy crap. Oh, let's see. I avoid Seattle like the plague. Yeah, I thought Puyallup was like just a little tiny. There was another, I forget the name of, there's a couple little areas in there. It was kind of cool. This is where and I can't even remember the guy's name. That's how bad that was. And we were friends. And maybe I'll remember it someday. But that's where he grew up, there. And so it was kind of cool. Cool. Um, so I know that. Let's see. I did watch some videos. James is back. He came on live stream, I think the Friday one, which stuck his head in, and he's had a couple videos out now with feeding the faw. So he's out. He looks happy. So does she. I think as much as he enjoyed and wanted to do that his whole life, I think he was happy to get back here. Marysville sounds familiar. Uh, it's been a while now. I want to say, God, it had to be 30 years ago, maybe more. Maybe more. Horrible in my mind. Trying to remember. Can't remember what I ate for breakfast today. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it. And you're ready to retire, right, Ralph? How much longer? A year? Or a year and a half or something like that? I know that Logan, we haven't maybe they're watching, or they might I think they've got a bunch of stuff happening on the weekends, their soccer team and all that. But I believe he's at 3 years or something. Randy's got some friends up there. Approximately 8, man, a year away. That's awesome. I bet you, Joe, I would be Can I leave one day early? Like I said, I would do it. I would do it. Yeah, we were talking about going over there, me and the wife, getting that way. I'd like to pull the trailer over there because one guy that I met at one of the, I think his name was PJ. He hasn't been on in a while. He probably still listens occasionally. I had an awesome um, camper truck. I want to call it, it's an RV. It's all one piece, and he had gave me information on a bunch of places. But he said he cruised from Hua Hin down and hit the beaches and stuff, and stayed right on the water and everything, and no one bothered him, and he had a great time. The only problem with that when I have to go by myself. But and after I spilt that hot water on my lap and got third-degree burns and shit, I question my brain once in a while. Yeah, no April Fools, no shit. Yeah, I would imagine you have to be. I don't know. I would be now knowing. When I first came here, I was already retired for 10 years or whatever. But took care of my cousin that had the Lou Gehrig's, and and then my wife passed and all that. So um, it was retirement, but it wasn't what I'd wanted. But I didn't know what I was. Besides what a gentleman had told me about Thailand when I came, and I was only here for 2 weeks. Came back, and what did I stay at? I was supposed to stay to. Yeah, this was in October, September, October, November, and I was supposed to stay till January 1st and move into a place that I had rented when I was there. And then I told you the story about every time I would wake up, I would think she was alive, and it was driving me nuts. So it wasn't uncomfortable. I don't want anybody to think that. I said that before. I felt comfortable. I felt that she was probably hanging out. Something was. I felt comfortable there, but it just I'm a light sleeper, and I wake up 20 times a night, and every time for that split second, uh, when I woke up, oh yeah, oh no, she's dead, and that was I didn't like that at all. So I got a plane week after I got back and flew back and got a service apartment for 2 months, and been here ever since. So I don't know. I like the other two. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, now that I know, this is what I was going to say. A little behind. Now that I know what it's like here, it's even. I would have if I had to go back and stay for a year until I retired. I would be jonesing a lot more than before I knew what I was missing. I guess, and like I say, I'm missing because especially at 37 now with, how strong or how weak the bot is. And I don't know if the dollar is stronger. I think the bot's weaker. But, I mean, it's just like if you're just a single guy, I mean, I can't think of any other place I would rather be. It's just too reasonable, Like I said, you can do it on a fairly decent in the United States Social Security check, And I think I want to say the common deal is going to be right around 2 grand. Maybe 1850, maybe 2150. Some as high as 28. Some as low as 12. But it's still possible. I was looking. I have a video on it. I don't think it's a very good video, but at least I break it down a little bit and show you what can be done. Yeah, really early. How you doing, bro? Hey, Maui. There's your yeah. You see your Hua Hin brother is in the chat. Um, but when you're not coming back, you're coming back I think the same time as Bobby, right? September or something. Is that right? What are we in now? April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, September. I think we've talked about it before, but I always forget. See, I didn't know you were gone unless you said something and I just forgot, which could be. A month before, okay. Is it? Are you jonesing to get back, or you're perfectly comfortable with hanging in the States? I'm just curious. Big difference between 65 and 67. I plan on pension and 401k for 2 years, and then add so at 67. Yeah, and is there a reason that you're waiting, Ralph? I mean, does it? Because I don't know. I know that there's like people that are way smarter than me, even on YouTube, that break this down. That's why when people ask me, should I take it at 62 or should I wait till 67? What the how long am I gonna live? Is it better? And 90% of the people that I saw uh, said take it as soon as you can. But that, always check into whatever. And I'm sure Ralph has a perfectly good reason for waiting until he's 67. But I don't know with the money that you would get from 60 for those 2 years, blah blah blah, for as long as you're anticipated. You probably went through it all, I'm sure. I didn't have to, but I did anyway. And like I said, it seemed like 90% of the people on YouTube anyway were laying it out that with all the numbers and the math and the blah 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 that take it as soon as you can. But that's just me. I don't know. But like I said, Ralph's a sharp guy. I'm sure that he's done his homework. 108 degrees and 70 here. 70 sounds good to me. I'll retire at 65 and start drawing 67, about $500 extra. If I didn't have a pension and start drawing, so there's a $500 really difference a month between taking it at 65 to 67. Wow. I didn't realize there was that much. It could be. I doubt it, man. I think that if they did, Ralph, I think that they would rescind it real quickly. I think they're going to find that there's are places, that people will go. You know what? We're about tired of pouring all this money into Thailand and getting the short end of the stick. I'm going to go to Vietnam, or I'm going to go here, or I'm going to go there, because there are places that still get your bang for your buck. But I think they've got to get smarter and say, you know what, we need these people here. But I don't know. It could be. You could be right. You're happy that you're not in the heat. I don't know. I heard that in my house right now it's 73 degrees in here, so I'm fine. I'm okay. Or if I want to go out over in the Robinson Mall is 73, 74 degrees. So I would skirt around. Yeah, I don't go out in the heat. I agree with what you're saying there. But see, you got the wife with you too. See, it's a lot different for me. If I go back and I could never stay that amount of time. No way. My advisor told me to wait until I'm 70. So I just turned 66 2 days ago. I'm not waiting another 4 years. Yeah, I don't know. Really, I would definitely look. I mean, if you're putzing around, Randy, look on YouTube. There's a million of smart mathematicians that have a bunch of info out there. And when I did it a couple years ago, all I remember is like 90% of them said no, take it at 62. Uh, because of that, because if you don't take it to your 70, what's the age for a man? And I'm guessing because I don't know, 78. So what do you got? 8 years? I mean, possibly 8 years. Might live to be 110. But for the average, I want to say it's like 78, I think, for a man. If somebody knows, let me know. I hear you, Randy. I can't remember if my max is at 70 or either way. I'm not waiting that long. Yeah, I mean, you look at the buck, and if you can, because I know a lot of people that move here have a nest egg and they're younger than that. They can't collect till they're 62 and they're 58, but they have enough money to make it through that by budgeting and all that kind of stuff that they can move to Thailand now and then stretch it out for that and then bang when they get their Social Security, then they're looking good. So But yeah, I don't know. All I know is I remember when I looked at it, it was it was all the, and like I said, it's all math, right? And the average age of dying and the this and the that versus this and this, and like I said, from what I remember, 90% that I was watching, that I was looking at, were saying take it at 62. Mm. I agree, man. And I know we know people that are losing their moms and dads, and I lost mine last year, and uh, life's short. I know that I watched Kenny, Paradise in Thailand, the guy that he kind of buddied around with, and I don't remember. I know he said his age and stuff. Just a couple of videos. It's the guy he always talks about in his videos, going over and having a beer with and all this kind of stuff. And the guy passed away, and life's too freaking short, people, man. I mean, hey, traveler, how you doing? 76.33. You just looked it up. Yeah, so I mean, if they're telling you to wait till 70, you got 6 years. I don't know, man. And from 62, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, uh, 68, 69, 70. How much money are you going to make in that 6, 7, 8 years of collecting, even if it's $500 less? I mean, I don't know. It's just me. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I told that story about um, the when I was still married and I was going to move to up to Central, had the house spot. I was going to retire at like 38, and the wife that had my kids, uh, her best friend, the father worked his whole life and worked his ass, sold his house, didn't want to pay anybody, so damn near moved himself in a moving truck and loaded the truck himself and got up to his awesome house that he was going to retire in, and in Northern California. And 2 weeks out, he got everything unloaded, everything in the house. And 2 weeks after, my wife's on the phone with her best friend, and her and mom are looking out the back window, and dad's out there smiling, cooking hamburgers, and a massive heart attack, dead before he hit the ground. So he got 2 weeks, 2 weeks to enjoy himself. Just crazy shit. I've been retired since 59 and a half, took it at 62. Yeah, I don't know. What did you look at now? I back, and it might be even longer than 3 years ago, but I just checked all these math whizzes out on YouTube, about should I take it at 62 or should I take it at, the max? And if I remember right, like I said, check it. If you're thinking about it, look it up. Uh, 90% of them said take it as soon as you can. So I don't know the difference. Like if you, Ralph, what was the difference? Was it really? I don't know. You probably answered me, but you said the way I read the one that you said, it was 500 $500 difference, or was that something else that I'm just not paying attention? In Australian, it's 83.3. I better move to Australia. Um, but yeah, I don't know what the difference would be. I'm kind of curious if somebody knows, especially between like what Ralph is talking about, taking it to 62, and then you said 67, I think, right, Ralph? Something like that. And I think that's what Randy said too. But like, just exactly what Randy said there, 69 and 70, you never know. Half my friends have passed away and they were 55, 56, 58. I mean, it's like extremely way too young. And like I said before, all drinkers, all alcoholics, 99% of them alcoholics. I think I had one friend that passed away that wasn't an alcoholic. I turned 68 6 days ago. Yeah, and I talk about that too. Is this just keeps getting faster and faster the older I get. I'm 67. I'll turn 68 this year, and excuse me, in December. Let's see. I would have I would have had to live till 69 before I started losing. Who knows how long we have? I've been living 6 years now. I agree, Maui, totally. Even if they told me that. So it is 500 a month at just in the 2 years between 67 at 1500 at 70. But I'm not waiting that long. And I guess they're dangling that fruit in front of you, hoping that hope the guy takes and waits till 70, and we hope he only lives to be 71 and a half. You know, I don't know. I guess it's all the worst thing that I think could happen is if you didn't have, like a lot of people I know, they're not relying totally like me, totally on my Social Security. I have a retirement also and other deals, but um, as long as you know, thinking in your mind, okay, the worst thing that could happen is the bot could get stronger than shit and the dollar could take a dive and it's going to be at whatever, um, 28, 26, 25, okay, do the math and do this. And between the two, I can still live the life that I want to live here in Thailand. I think that's the way I would try to figure it out if I was going to figure it out again. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Yeah, it does, and it just keeps getting faster and faster because I talked about it before. We got Christmas, all of a sudden we're going to start singing Christmas jingles again, and already we're in what April, creeping up on May. Yeah, just way too fast. Let's see, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just a firm believer when I did it, and I can't remember. I did do a video. I think retired for 1,200 to 1,800 U.S. dollars. And like I said, a lot of people say, "Oh, if somebody tells you you can retire in Thailand for $1,000, they're full of shit." That's not correct. If I told you you can retire like a king for $1,000 in Thailand, then I'm a lying son of a bitch. But you can retire when you can. I mean, it's all like I said before. It's all relative. All you've got to do is basically know what the cost of living, what it's going to cost you to live, okay, and the lifestyle that you want. If you take 1,000, you might as well forget about it. If you didn't plan, you can't live, as far as I know, anywhere in the United States for $1,000 a month. You'll just, you're homeless. You couldn't live for $1,000 a month. But in here, like I said, out here in Isan, $150 for a one bedroom furnished place, 175. So when you're thinking those numbers, and you know how much it is, it's going to cost you maybe, you know, $30 for air conditioning and electric and stuff, and uh, you know, $10 for internet, and you can figure out. I mean, everybody's got a cost of living, and I'm sure that there's a bunch of them out right now for 2024. Uh, the biggest ones are your health insurance, which um, that's going to be your biggest deal, okay, and that's going to be, I don't know, what's the norm? Who's paying for their stuff? I think I said it the other day. Chuck had said he got like 3 million, and it was 1,800 for the year, something like that. So basically $100 a month, or something. Um, to in there to renew your thing, to renew your visas and stuff is 2,060 bucks. Okay, so that's on the cheap side. There's a lot of little stuff. Transportation is a big deal, but if you're in Isan and you don't mind two wheels, I would definitely buy a secondhand scooter, and then you've got $20 worth of gas a month, and you can cruise and do whatever you want to, in and out and back and forth to the store and that kind of stuff. But would I want to do that? No. But is it possible? Yes. And to anybody that says that people are full of shit that say that, well, they're full of shit. And it wouldn't be the way that I would want to. I think it's very, at an $1,800 Social Security, no problem whatsoever. Doing pretty much anything you want. 2,500 is sounds like a good number to three. You can pretty much do all the traveling you want. You can do traveling at 18 too. Just got to be smart about it. And not you're retired. So is it a big deal that you paid 180 baht to go, 20 hours on a train? Who cares? You just can't be in a rush. Let's see, who did I miss here? Is Jake here? Or did I see Jake? There's Jake. Hey, all greetings from the swamp. You're in lodging for those. It it's just very reasonable here. Hey, James, that don't live here. That Thailand is just as expensive as the U.S. Yeah, you should know. You've been there. You were there for what, 6 months? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if now are you gonna eat, steak and are you gonna go out and buy your Cocoa Puffs and all your American brand stuff? No. But like I said, if you're a single person, I just think it's absolutely, for me anyway, I just think it's absolutely, uh, I would not just bring the stuff in. You want nuts and milk and maybe a cereal and mama noodles and stuff to have there, but you can get 3 squares for $5-6 a day. Why bother? Even at a at $1,800 or whatever budget that you put in. But it is. People say that, right? I don't know. But a lot of people too, James, think that you have to be a millionaire to be able to move anywhere, right? Oh, how much money do you need? $18,000 a month to live in Thailand? Yeah, that's what you need. You need to give me about 17,000 of it, and I'll tell you how to spend that thousand. Uh, they say they've been smoking dope, but legal here. Yeah, I heard a bunch of stuff they're talking about. James is usually on top of all the stuff. I'm glad you're back too, because now I can check on James. What's happening with the ganja situation? Because I don't do it, but he'll be on top of all that stuff. It was good to see. I watched the last couple of videos. You looked happy to see her and hang again, and her also. So I'm glad that that's going. And I'm curious to see what you got planned next. Hey Bruce, how you doing? But yeah, I don't know. And on the for me personally, I mean, if I was selfish, I would be telling her, "Don't come. It's the most horrible place in the world." Yeah, it does. It's way more expensive than living in the United States. The beaches are dirty and the water's horrible and everything's horrible, horrible, horrible. Because I'm selfish, I don't want anybody here. I tell you what, man, for as far as since I've been here, the best part that I saw was actually during the pandemic or right after. Empty beaches, 5-star hotels for $50 a night, including breakfast. I mean, you could travel anywhere you wanted. Was it good for Thailand? No. Was it good for somebody that was stuck here? Sure. Why not? It was for me. I'm not big on crowds and shit. I could never live in Pattaya. I mean, I can live on the outskirts and visit town, but way too many people. I couldn't do it. Um, see what James is saying. 50 proposals later and still no change. Yeah, I know. I wonder what they're going to do with the billions and billions already invested. I mean, I know that people in Bangkok and stuff that have warehouses and then all the people that go, I don't see how they're gonna backpedal and stop it. I think that they've got a chance of making it just medical, but even then they're probably going to get a. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I agree. Uh, Everybody saying hi to James. Yeah, and I think a lot of people have gotten in on the right. I'm getting too far away from the microphone. I can hear it. I didn't ask. This thing sound okay? Hello. Good morning. Wake up, America. And I will. We've been in this 45 minutes, so I will put in the thing in case Brock wants to come on. Anybody's welcome, as always. But it, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to be discouraging for people that want to move here, but anybody that's, I guess they're in the United States saying it's just as expensive to live in Thailand as it is in the U.S. Are they just a bunch of moron, or did you just run into a lot of stupid people? Could just be stupid people. There's a bunch of them in this world. Um, I just kind of curious on a lot of places I haven't been around here that I heard are very reasonable. Vietnam being one of them, and the other one's Sri Lanka. I know nothing about Sri Lanka, but one of the at the meetup there was a gentleman there that's a YouTuber, and he I I subscribed to his channel, and I'm just checking it out now. But he said cheaper than Thailand, so yeah, I guess he lives there with his parents and stuff. Nice guy, but I don't know. I just think Thailand needs to smarten up a little bit and get rid of the stuff that's annoying. I don't think there's any reason in the world for 90-day check-in. For they know where I am constantly. Every time I go, if I go to a hotel, they're immediately notified through my passport. Where I'm at, when I get home, everything. They don't need it. What they do need is the revenue that people like me are going to bring into to Thailand. And I think they know that. I just, I don't know. I hope they don't do anything stupid with taxes and, try to tax stuff for a eighth time. I know the United States likes to, see let's see how many times we can tax these stupid American people before they realize that they've already been taxed 6 times on the money they have. I don't understand it. America is way too expensive and going to very cheap and affordable. Why? Yeah, they're just stupid, Bruce. I think, but I think from what I've seen, there was a few people that James ran into that were great people, look like awesome people to meet and hang with, and then idiots that want to drive around and kick up dirt. And James was a lot more probably sabai than I would have been. But a lot of stupid people, they just have no idea. Well, this guy that I met, walking down the street told me that, or I read that on the internet. It's just way more expensive. I don't know. People will believe pretty much anything you tell them nowadays, right? And like I said, hey, I'm the selfish me. I got the selfish me and the deal me over here. You know, no, yeah, it is. It's expensive as hell. Please don't come. Stay wherever the hell you are. And um, and the stupid people, come here and, try to take a cop's gun away from them, kick a teacher, be abusive and yelling and screaming. What do you got? No brains, why bother coming here? And what's weird is they think that they're better than the Thai people and they can do whatever the hell they want. So I'm hoping that Thailand doesn't put up with any of that crap and just, kicks people out and blacklists them and whatever, get rid of them immediately. Because they're going to look different at us. And us, I mean the expats that are, love Thailand and are happy to be here and grateful. And, you know, um, the, the Thai people are going to just a little bit, that guy, could he be a bad farang? You know, it's too bad. It's too bad. My audio dropped. Hello? How about now? Better? Let me know. Thanks, Brock. I don't know. When I turn my head away, I got to do is move this screen over this way a little bit, and I don't have to turn my head as far to look. All good. Okay, thanks, Jay. Um, like I said, I don't think the microphone is the greatest in the world, but when I talk and it sounds awesome in my headphones. But it isn't any better than my $15 microphone, but I only paid $75 for this one, I think, or 50. Not a drop here. It must be. Oh, it sounds like I dropped them. That your mic stopped. Really, I don't hear it. Maybe it's just you. It might be you. I'm concerned of the Ferengi that thinks a million baht rye is a bargain. Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I think that's semi true. Well, over here, this little piece of nothing that we built, this house that my wife bought, uh, is there it's selling for 800,000, between 7 and 8, somewhere in there. But it's close to the new government center. It's close to the hospital, but yet far enough to, it's where my wife's only 10 minutes from work. I'm 10 minutes from the hospital, and that's real big for people that are coming here and have any kind of health issues. You know, you're gonna kind of want to be close to a hospital, and a good one. To hear, I've got nothing bad to say about either the government or the private hospital, and nothing but raves to say about the private hospital here in Surin. And anybody that's thinking, because there's a bunch of crap going around and lies and whatever, oh, that the medical, everything, and it's horrible. It's really bad. It's better than I got better care here than I could have got any place in the United States. And as a Farang, I think they treated me. They liked me. I think because I look like Santa Claus, they liked me and treated me as well, if not better than the Thai people that were in the hospital. And my doctor saved my life numerous times. So it keep that in mind, because a lot of people that watch the channel are in, you know, 60, 65, 70, creeping. And a lot of stuff, like I said, that seems like that magic age for getting insurance or getting decent insurance at a decent price. And 70's the number that you don't want to be at. And if you're at like 67 now, 65, get in with somebody now and get 2 or 3, 4, 5 years in, and then coast into 70 and stuff. I don't think you'll have as much as a problem. But that's the biggest thing. Don't go. It cost me 1 million baht because I procrastinated. I was ready to get insurance. I just didn't know which one to pick, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in intensive care with a tube down my throat, and it cost me 1 million baht. So just think about it. Yeah, but also in the rural areas, definitely you can do that, Ralph. Not a problem. I think, like out where we built the house in Ubon, no problem. Maybe even a little less. But in the rural areas, that's not a problem. This I don't. It looks rural and stuff, but we're like right on the edge. I'm still only, I want to say, on a scooter, 5 minutes from Big C and Macro. And like I said, 10 minutes to the hospital and everything. And I still don't know but I think when my wife bought it, I don't know, I'll have to ask her, but I think she paid 80,000 baht for it, So she made quite a deal. But no, those are good numbers. Maybe even less, depending on how many rye. I always thought that everything that I seen, if it was me and I had my significant other or whatever, because I'm not going to be buying and selling stuff. But what I was going to do is, I told her, why don't we buy a crap load of land out in the rural area? Let's buy 20 rye, and get it for 100,000 each, and then let's split it up, sell all but 2 rye of it, and get our 2 rye for free, which I think is very possible. Now, are you going to sell it all in a day? No, especially if it's in the rural. But maybe you sell 1 or 2 here or there, and you just give it down, and eventually you got your place for nothing. But I think the 2 and 300 is very reasonable numbers. Yeah, got to be close. And even if you get rural to where those 200 uh, rye, you're still 25, 30 minutes from the private hospital and the big government. The little ones are right there. You can still get in for like my burn, cuts and scrapes and that kind of stuff. It's really a nice guy. Thanks, Jake. Let's see. What was that one? What did I miss? Bruce said, Andy, my friend that's in the Philippines, there's an expat bunch getting arrested for thinking they're above the law. Yeah, and I don't know. They need to all get deported, man. Like I said, it makes it. If I noticed it to where I go out and people look at me maybe just a little bit differently. Not a lot. They know me. But the same thing as before. When the epidemic was going, or pandemic or whatever the hell it is, it was if you were white. I mean, like when I came and went to the hospital in Surin, it was like, where'd you come from? Did you come from Bangkok? You have COVID. No, I live in Surin. you know, uh, they automatically thought any white face in Isan came from Bangkok and were loaded full of the virus, ready to pass it on to everybody that they could. So it doesn't take much for some idiot. Um, that's why I think the biggest problem that I would cause now, I'd stay away from everything. Like I said before, someone would have to back me into a corner. I would give them two chances to leave me alone, and then do something. If it was a Thai person, they'd get 100 chances because I would never unload on a Thai person. But if I did probably lose my mind and something, as if I was in a place and some idiot Farang was, abusing and or trying to go after a Thai person, I would probably jack them up and pay the consequences. But because it is, and it would look good for us. Farang beats the crap out of bad Farang and has to pay 100,000 fine. Whatever the case may be, I would take my punishments because it does. Hey, Andy, it makes us look bad, the people that are here, and I appreciate it. Like I said in my videos that I put out, it's an honor to be able to live here, and people that shit on that or think that they're better or that anybody in Southeast Asia is it's not as good as them is an idiot and needs to be beat up on a regular basis. Oh, let's see. Um, What is this? I agree with you, Randy. If you go anywhere in a different country, the research is simple. David, thanks for us. You guys are too nice. Um, Saw that Lucas's friend got scammed on a resort. I didn't see that. I have to watch. I really liked watching Lucas before. I haven't watched him in a while. I'll have to check him out again. Um, but I don't know. Like I said, it. I don't know what would you do? I know I would jack the guy up. If there was a guy drunk or just being an idiot and going after and threatening a Thai person or something, I think I would at least have to confront him and and tell him to go on his way or something, or let me buy you a beer once you mellow out. Otherwise, go stay in your own country and cause problems. Think you can come here and berate, belittle the people here because you're from wherever you are from? Yeah, idiots. Yeah, my wife, my wife last night, we're laying in bed, but she's got my father-in-law's phone, and this is like the fifth time. I go, "What are you doing with your dad's phone?" It won't work again. He downloads all this crap that people send him, and it completely infects his phone, and she has to take it off the Wi-Fi, bring it back to factory specs, and get rid of all the stuff. She's done that 4 times now for him, and he lives. If he doesn't have that, his net, doing his net, and have his phone there watching his whatever he watches, he's not a happy man. Hey, Verna, how are you? If you guys aren't subscribed, uh, please subscribe. Do me a favor. But hey, Jess, what's up? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does it make them feel like they're a man or something because they can come and push a lady around, or or grab somebody that, and luckily they're grabbing the wrong people. I mean, could you imagine if they grab someone like Alex, or some guy that's Muay Thai, or just beat the living crap out of them. That's what they need to happen. But I guess that maybe they're smart enough. Nah, they're stupid. But they're lucky enough. Okay, I'll use lucky. They're lucky enough to be picking the right people, or the right people in their minds. Oh, my ice is almost gone. Hey, Tip, how you doing? Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. I think I did say hi. I got scammed 3 times in India using Booking.com. Really? I've been lucky. I haven't been even all the time now. It seems to have worked for me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. I buy a lot of stuff off a marketplace, and if what my wife told me to do from the very beginning is, you know, immediately check to see if their Facebook, they're being a member since yesterday, 2024. Yeah, but if they're old, they've been with Facebook for, since 2018, or whatever, for 5, 6 years, whatever it is. That's a good one. And then what she's had me do, and I've had people question me, and I've just refused to buy unless they do it, and they normally do it, is take a picture of their Thai card on the, like, if I was to buy this camera, laying on the table with their card here and a picture of it. Um, and then I've transferred the money to them, and I've never gotten burned. And my wife said she's got burned 2 or 3 times I think on an iPad one time and something else. But I probably bought 150 items from Marketplace, by 100 items, camera lenses, cameras, different stuff. But that seems to work. The people, if they're putting their card up there with their picture and their everything on there, um, I guess they're legit. And I've never had anybody say, I've had somebody say, no, why would I do that? And I said, so I know who you are before I send you money. And I don't think I had anybody say, no, I don't want to do it. That would be the scammers. So I guess maybe the people that I've been lucky enough to deal with are, straight up people. But as far as sending stuff out and downloading stuff on your phone or computer, just be smart while you're here. Lucas shows how you can go to Google and look up a phone number to confirm it's a solid strategy. Cool. Yeah, anything that like I said, I've been lucky with the Thai card, and I bought motorcycles and scooters and stuff that they had to load in trucks and package and send, and they've all been great. Take a picture as they're packaging whatever they're sending me and giving it to them, and a picture of the receipt, and I've been lucky. So, but is it easy to do that? But like I said, the biggest thing and concern for me is the uh, the idiot Farangs that cause problems in Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia. Um, I don't think it matters anywhere that you would go. I mean, like I said, if you're an idiot, stay in your own country. Stay in the United States. Stay in wherever you're from. No reason to come here. Nothing here to see. Go back home. But I don't understand it. How you can be? Yeah, I do. They're stupid. I mean, I don't know. A lot of stupid people. I ran into a bunch of them, and it's almost like they have "Hi, I'm stupid" on their forehead, or "Hit me, I'm stupid" on their forehead. Um, yeah, Booking.com, because they're the ones. I use Agoda, but Agoda is owned by Booking, and I've never had a problem. I'm surprised. Uh, Booking, and I get people sending me stuff, emails all the time. Click this, you get something. And my father-in-law, anyway, he's never going to learn. He just had his birthday, um, Friday, 2 days ago, and he's 79. I was uh, I was really surprised. I thought he was younger than that. Hey, John, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Only making good ones. Yeah, they're just like I said. It isn't that you're probably going to notice, especially if you've never been here. But you're probably not going to notice if a Thai person is just a little bit more than normal standoffish. You would only know that if you were living here and been here for a while. And like I said, it isn't so much that I noticed is that I seen all the stuff that was on Facebook and all YouTube and everything when a few of those items were happening. And the people were pissed, and I don't blame them, because these people think that they can come here and do any freaking thing that they want to do, and there's no same thing as trolls. They think they can do anything they want. There's no consequences. Well, in my word, there's always consequences. Regardless whether they happen now, 10 years from now. I'm the most patient son of a bitch you'll ever want to meet. There's always going to be consequences, and if you believe that there isn't, that's when you're a complete idiot. And that's what I think these Farangs coming over here. I can push this little Thai person around, or I can do whatever I want to, because I'm me, and I can do what I want to, and I can come here and run amok. Well, they need to just start kicking them out and blacklisting them and getting rid of them, for sure. But and I think they did, right. The one that had the altercation with the lady sitting down on a step or something and pushed her in the back or pushed her down or something, and I think they threw him out and blacklisted him, and the one I think that grabbed the cop's gun, thanks, John. But I think they did. I hope they did, and I hope they do it with all. Rocksure, we'll let. Good morning. How are you?
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Others.
So, I don't know. I just think they have to look at you just a little bit differently, and it's sad. It's really sad because we don't. Sad for the people that are going to come here.
I think that Swiss gentleman who kicked the doctor in the back on the steps is still in custody, awaiting trial.
He? Oh, good. Then let him hang for a while.
His visa's cancelled last I heard, and he's in jail.
Cool, good place for him. And hey, if he turns out to be innocent, then okay. But I just can't see that happening.
How can he be innocent when he's got video that he took of doing it?
I know, and it amazes me. And what I thought, he had there was, I don't know all the parts of it, but there was some shady shit going on with elephants and all this kind of stuff. And whatever he was doing, I think the people that are really pissed off are the people he was doing business with. And I think they're the ones that put a halt on him real quick, because all of a sudden now you're going to bring all this heat down on. You're an idiot. So we'll see what happens. Stop by to say, hey, Tommy. In a club where it's here. All right, Tommy.
He brought down a whole lot of heat on land developers and so on, because they were encroaching on the beaches, and then they started checking the whole of the beaches. So lots of people are getting slapped.
Yeah, it caused a problem for everybody for that.
Hey, Andy.
Look, Brock has scammed Richard's channel. Yeah, we'll get I'll probably get what do you call it? What do you get? A check mark? A bad thing. Richard will come after us now. And I hope he's doing good, Richard. If you're watching, I'm hoping I understand. Hopefully, I'm waiting for the day that not on YouTube, because I think you're just staying away from that, and I don't blame you. But through the grapevine, I'm hoping Richard's going to be in Pattaya on such and such a date, and we want to meet up for lunch, and that'll be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that day. I like Richard. A lot of people, for some reason, don't, and I don't understand it. If you guys aren't subscribed, still subscribe to his channel. He's got a bunch of great interviews with a guy that looks like Santa Claus. being one of the top ones. I'm just kidding. A lot of big YouTubers. What the Chev and Dev and people 100,000 subscribers. A lot of good interviews. He was a good. He busted his ass. If you know what it takes to try to just do a little vlog, but to him to interview people and the time that he put into all the graphics and shit that he did, how he had time to go to work, I'll never know. But he go ahead.
He put in a shed load. There's a lot. Being a moderator for his channel, you realise the amount of work that goes on in the background. His mods were prepping stuff as well.
Yes, yes.
Hours of work
Tommy,
goes into each show.
You've been one of them. Tommy J, Mitch, a lot of stuff. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought he was a good guy, and I still do. And hopefully I'll get to meet him.
He did interview a couple of very suspect people. One of those was that chocolate dude.
Yeah, chocolate dude.
No time to be hungry fella.
Yeah, that's right. He did a bunch of them. He did Joe and Gift and Chuck. A lot of good interviews. So if you guys, it's all still up on YouTube. Very enjoyable to watch. He did a good job as far as I was concerned. He never thought. I don't think he ever thought that he did a good enough job. But that was him just being tough on himself. But he interviewed a lot of people. A lot of good stuff on his channel still. So by all means, go over and check it out. Subscribe to it. What the hell? You ain't got nothing else to do. It's free.
There's no chance of getting a copyright strike from this background because Richard made it for me.
Let's see, Richard. It's one of the best interviews. Yeah, I think so. He prepared more. Big time he put in, Jake. A lot. And like you said, all the people that, and like you said, Brock, Mitch, Tommy, they all did. Tommy, that was where I first met Tommy J, I think. Not met, but, through the chat, through Mitch and through Richard, I think. And I'm glad that I did. That was good. Let's see. So anyway, hopefully I get a chance to meet him. I think he will come here. I'm sure that he's, especially if he just started working, he's, I thought that when he said, when I had heard that he might be able to do whatever he's doing now anywhere on the planet, which means that he could do it from Thailand. So I won't make any assumptions or anything, but I know he was last time that I had been in touch with him, he was going to be coming here anyway, sooner or later. So hopefully I will be able to see it. You met Tommy on No Time to Be Sad, CJ. Yeah, and then I know that Chuck had spoke very highly of Tommy too when I was hanging with Chuck because he had met Tommy J in Texas and spoke very highly of him. Everybody that I know that is acquainted with Tommy speaks highly of Tommy. So. Bruce subbed to CJ's. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it. How many subscribers do you have now, CJ? Are you creeping back up? And did you ever figure out why? Did they ever give you a why, YouTube, or no? I don't think they do, but I'm curious to know. Gotta go. Thanks for hanging, Traveler. Appreciate it. Hope everything's going well for you and your wife. I'm still putting up my prayers and all my stuff that you guys get to go where you want to and live out your days. So hopefully you do. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. 640 now. Nothing from YouTube. Wow. Unbelievable.
By the way, don't forget to click the thumbs up, people. 16 people are watching and only 9 have clicked.
He watches, Jay. I think he watches every now and again. In fact, he used to kind of pop in, but I think that he's not now because he's got a little bit of a bad. How do I say this nicely? He got a little bit of a bad taste in his mouth on some YouTube stuff, and I think he's happy to be working again and wants to take it easy. But he does stay in contact with some people, and as far as I know, the last time that I heard, he was doing well. So,
Yeah,
but
he turned
if
off
I
his
hear again, I'll let you know. Go ahead.
he turned off a
Go ahead.
lot of his notifications,
Yeah,
so
but
he
I
doesn't even talk to me.
yeah, every once in a while I'll hear not directly but through some people that he says, tell everybody I'm, things are going good, eventually blah blah blah. So I'll let you guys know if I hear it again, Jay. But the last time that I heard, things were going good. So uh, dun, dun, dun. It would have been an hour and 12 minutes. Um, what was the last thing that we were talking? Oh, we were talking about retirement and Social Security. What do they have in Australia, Brock? You only have what does the government give Australians? Do they have a
Uh,
Social
there's an old
Security?
there's an
What's
old
that?
age pension.
Old age pension? Is it anything or nothing?
It's not a great deal.
No, it's got to be better than Thailand. I think my father-in-law gets or my mother-in-law gets 500 baht a month or something like that. And so what is that? $12? It's got to be better than Thailand.
I think it's 600 baht.
600 baht.
Yeah, pen, Thai pension is 600.
From 60-year-old,
Yeah, how much?
70 years,
70 years, 700 baht.
Yeah, that's what yeah. Yeah, he's 70. My mother-in-law is 60, 67. I think I thought she got 5 and he got 6, but maybe she gets 6 and he gets 7.
It seems
Which
to
could
go
be.
up every year. When you're 70, you get 700 baht. 80, you get 800 baht.
So he's got one more year and he'll get 800. He'll be on top of the world. Um, what about Australia? What's a common old age retirement?
It's not a great deal.
No?
It's just slightly above the poverty line, I think.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think what Social Security. Social Security is all driven off of how much time you paid into it, and you paid into it through the jobs you had in your lifetime. So I
Yeah,
don't know how.
it's
Go
supposed
ahead.
to work like that.
Yeah,
The defence force here is pretty terrible. It's it should have been a livable wage, but it's not.
yeah, you'd think it would be because, like I said, kind of in the United States, I wouldn't think it's. I wouldn't say it's so much a livable wage in the United States, but definitely one in Thailand. A good Social Security would be in the 2,500
Yeah,
2,800 range, US dollars. So what would that be? Damn near 100,000 baht, 90 something thousand a month. Um,
yeah. Roughly for rough calculations, 40 baht to the American dollar.
yeah, yeah. I in Thailand, I don't think it's a problem. Let's see, Jake, what 100 baht a year? What was that for? Uh, uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't think so, Tip. I saw that too. I don't know. I thought I'd never reach 30, so I'm way ahead of the game. U.S. used to be your best 30 years each year. I make what I make and drop military E5 payoff, so the average goes up. Yeah, I think the person that I know that makes the most, I think, is almost 28. I want to say that the average is somewhere around 18, 19, 17, and I've seen it as low as like 12. And like I say, it all depends on how many years you worked and what you made in a certain area. You're saying 30 years or 30 best years. So mine was up and down and sideways. I did a lot of work when I was younger. What do you say? Under the table. And then when I finally got into air conditioning, then that was probably when I made my most. But that's reasonable. But like I said, if you've got 2,000 US dollars and you didn't plan for anything in the United States, you're pretty much screwed. You're not gonna, I know around me, a 1-bedroom apartment's 1,500. If you could find one that cheap, so that leaves you $500 for insurance and food and travel and transportation and phone and internet and no way. But could you do it in Thailand? Sure, you bet. That's the one thing. But like I said, Sri Lanka. You know anything about Sri Lanka, Brock? The guy had told me about it. No,
nothing about it.
The stuff that I've seen seemed a little bit on the infrastructure, third world countryside deal, but I haven't looked at that much. But I'm sure that there's areas that are, better than others. But from what this gentleman said, way cheaper than Thailand to live in Sri Lanka. But I haven't checked into it that much. But depends. All depends, I guess.
At least in Australia, we have, once you get over 65, Medicare covers our medical bills.
Yeah, the stuff that I had that are Medicare, that stuff from 80%, I want to say, approximately. The other 20% you'd have to pay, but you could get gap insurance and stuff, and but you had to pay out of pocket with that.
Yeah.
Wow, I hate PG&E.
Medicare in Australia might be free. You go on a waiting list,
right?
And you have to wait until there's a slot to go in and get your operation or whatever done.
I imagine they do that on some kind of. They must have a list of what is more important than the next. I'm sure. Yeah, I never liked PG&E, Bruce. I always, every place I lived, it seemed was all electric. All this, my normal bills were $500, $600, $700, dollars a month. That was normal, and until I got here, and now even with my solar and all that, I'm down to maybe 4,000 baht a month. Without it, I was at 12,000, and when you think about it, people, everything's relative, right? We've talked about that before, but the shoot, yeah, can't get out of this. The people will go, well, 12,000 baht. We could stay in. I know people that are renting places for 5,000 baht here in Isan, 1 bedrooms with air conditioning and stuff. So, but 12,000 now divided by 37 is $324, which is a lot for an electric bill. But for me, like I said, my norm was 500 or 600, so it was half. But I'm glad that I put the money out for the solar. I told you guys before, I can't get him back here. My wife has texted him now and left him, but he started another job and didn't even apologize and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come." I can't come. And so I had her send back, "When can you?" So hopefully he'll get here. If not, I'm gonna have to go find another solar guy. But there's some other things that I need to do to this system to save more money. But on the norm, with the way that they are now, and I'm not cleaning them, which I should be on a certain schedule, cleaning the panels. 4,000. So that's what let's see. 4,000 divided by 37, $108. So $100 a month. I'll take that any day. But I know people that are paying 4,000 for their rent. that's why I was saying the people that say that you can't do it for $1,000 is they're full of shit. And I'll stand by that. Is Mitch here? I didn't see. Oh, there he is. Hey, brother. Hope you're well.
Hello, Mitch.
Yeah, so I'll take that. The kids here and everybody here, and 4 air conditioners going. It's probably going to be up till 7,000. I think is what it was the last time everybody got together. And now with this 42 every day, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they'll still. I got to go out there and make them turn on the living room area that they all stay in with the dogs and everything. Turn on the air conditioner. It's just stifling. I walk out of my back area, my bedroom, and the back porch and the backyard, and walk into there, and it's like walking outside. I'm going, holy crap! You're going to kill the dogs, let alone my father-in-law's almost 80. I mean, why? Why take a chance? Mitch saying hello. Everybody's saying hello to Mitch. Where's Andy going next? Where are you going next? Going to Laos. Okay, I've never been there either. I want to go. We're supposed to go, so I'll let you know. Maybe I'll go the same time you're out and about. 7,000 is a lot cheaper than I'm paying. Around 400 in the summer here. Yeah, and that's the way it always was with me. 800. I always had big houses, and we always had central. That's what I like about here. I mean, I like these mini splits. I can be sitting in my bedroom, and if I was, by myself or whatever, and I go, okay, I can shut this one off and go turn on the one in the living room, kick back in the living room, and I'm only running, 1 ton and a half worth of air conditioning at any one time, except when everybody's here. The kids, I mean, I could corral them and save a few bucks and say everybody sleep in the living room, but I just can't bring myself to do that. What did I think I'm caught up. Daisy, do you have a house or a condo? I don't know what he has. Did you answer that? My tire partner has a place in BKK. I will get a condo. Hey, you're going to be coming here to retire pretty soon too, right, Jay? I believe. I think you're close. I want to say a year also, but you can enlighten me, Jay. But I think it's pretty close. Everybody, and I don't see Logan and Jamie here, so they must be at a kickball event. Something they must be doing. I know a lot of people are close to retiring here, and I know that. I think Randy, you said you're going to come to visit the end of the year or January of next year, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of people are coming here to retire. Dave, I'm retired around 56. Yeah, I think that if you can retire by 55 or 56, I think that that's a good. I think it's good. They kept on moving it up. 55. When I started with the Operating Engineers Union, it was 55 years old. And then Obama said you don't have enough money in the retirement funds to a bunch of people, and they hit us up and said we're going to have to make that 65 instead of 55. I think 65, and now they're going to raise it even more for Social Security and stuff. I think I don't know for sure, or to retire is ludicrous. I think 55 is the absolute max that I would want to work till. Hey, thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. You're the best. It will go to them for sure. I'm saying yes.
I think one of the reasons they put the retirement age up was that they realised that they were actually forcing out knowledge. People with knowledge were being forcibly retired, and places were going backwards rapidly.
Yeah, I know a lot of places, especially with union stuff, they like to early retire people to keep from paying them more money and stuff. But I don't know if they still do that. But I was kind of pissed. And the union, this was 20, 20 years ago, maybe more, 25 years ago. And they actually had the balls to tell everybody in the union, and as soon as we can, we're going to bring it right back down to 55. And I never laughed so freaking hard in my entire life. Uh, Knew that wasn't going to happen. But
Yeah, well,
I got the ability to retire right at 50, right around 50. And I thought that was perfect. But um, I I think 55 is a good one. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Gator. I appreciate it. The wife will be happy. We've been doing, you have to get $100 in to be able to get it to go through AdSense. And as you guys know, the AdSense account that is attached to this channel is my wife's AdSense account, and about $1,000 a year, which I think is freaking awesome. And those are from $5, $2, 10. It all adds up. And I want to thank each and every one of you for doing it. We just sent 10,000 baht to the school in Ubon to to make this up. Maybe I'll do a short on it. I don't know. I'm going to go to Ubon and see what it's all about. But my wife did it. I don't know. It's her money to give back to Thailand. How she does it is up to her. But I just want to thank everybody that does. It's freaking awesome. Not that anybody has to, but the ones that do, thank you very much. I retired at 62. I envy people. Yeah, I think so too. But even 62 isn't bad, Randy, compared to some of these people that have to wait till they're 70. I know Bobby didn't retire till he was 70. That was his choice to do. I think retires 25 years old. Yeah, exactly, Mitch. I think 55 is a fair number. Hey Robert, how you doing? Compared to how long I don't know whether Brock's was high at 80. I think Travelers was low at 70, whatever it was. But I'm going to say I'm going to say 75, between 75 and 80. So if you're going to wait and retire, or you can't collect your Social Security till you're 70, and you're on the low side, and you didn't even make 75, you were retired for a year and a half. That's bullshit. I don't know about you guys, but I busted my ass working, and I know most everybody did. I think 55 is a fair age, but we'll see. Yeah, I think you got that right. But we all differ. When I was hired in my job, I soaked up all the knowledge I could from the old timers. Kids these days think they know everything, and it shows in their business. I think you're absolutely right. Follow. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. My wife will be very happy. So I was saying, if it's not 100, they roll it over to the next month. So we get about. It's actually been pretty good. Maybe 8 months out of the year, the money will come into the AdSense account, because sometimes it doesn't make the 100. You gotta hit 100. But you guys are awesome. Thanks, everybody. I don't want to keep working like. Yeah, I like I said, I think even 62 is something that you could think about and go, well, I like 55 better, but 62 is acceptable, because even if you do something like that and you can collect your Social Security at 62, and let's say you didn't make the smartest choices in the world and didn't buy your house, you rented your whole life, and you don't have a bunch, to retire on, you're probably not going to do a bunch of retiring until you get your Social Security, at least in the United States, a bunch of retirement until you hit the 62 anyway. But then if it's 75, 80, you got a few years that you can enjoy yourself. But like I said, if you're younger, like 50 or or so, like I think James is, those years are going to frickin' fly by. So all of a sudden you're going to 62, I can collect it. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, it's going to go by quick, man. We're not on this planet. We're not. We can't expect to be alive tomorrow. And like I said, Kenny and his buddy there, he lost, and I don't know how old that gentleman was, but it was the one in his videos that Paradise in Thailand, that he talked about all the time about going over and having beers with, which I imagine he was retirement age or whatever, had passed away. So we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. So better live life to the max, as I said. Let's see. Rainy and cold. I don't know what that means. What's it like where you're at? It's hotter than hell, Brock, right? In Australia.
No,
No cold?
it's you can see I'm wearing a jumper. It's cold.
Wow.
It's
I'm not a big. Good.
18 degrees.
That sounds beautiful. My time of the year in Isan here, I believe, is November-ish, December, January, and February. And that's where we're getting in the morning 12 degrees, 14 degrees. It's freaking awesome. So I enjoy that time here. The hotter months, if I'm out and about, I just don't stay out that long. Even if I'm riding the bike somewhere, I'll stop every 45 minutes to an hour and suck down a liter of water, get one of those 7-Eleven cold rags and wipe my bald head and face and get back and do another hour. So I am hoping to get the 750 done, and I think I'm going to head to Chuck's Way or that area because I got to drop off that crab thing that I got for him for the dog, and just to spend the night. I want to do a 4.5, 5 hour deal on the 750 to see how it runs and maybe learn something about that water cooled V twin because I don't know anything. 16 in Melbourne. Oh, you guys are cool. I was looking at cruises for Australia. Have you ever been on any of those, Andy, Brock? Been on a cruise?
Boat cruise?
Yeah.
No.
I like cruises. I've been checking them out. My wife hasn't been on one. I've been on about 20.
I've never entertained the idea of getting on a ship and running around in the water.
It's pretty. If you're a drinker, it'll cost you a fortune because that's the only thing that you got to pay for. Yeah. Everything else is free. So if you're just a kickback and sit by the pool and then go into the ports and check out the different places and it's kind of sabai, real sabai. You can gamble. They have casinos, but like I said, it was to me. What was it? A 11 or 14 day cruise around Australia with about 6 ports or whatever that you stopped in was $1,000 a piece, or it was like 2,500 for two. I thought that was reasonable. I don't know what that is in Aussie money, but I thought it was reasonable. No, because you can't get off. Sure you can. You got to get off at the first port, but you don't have to get back on.
There are some of the people who've retired here have sold up all their goods and chattels, and that's all they do is they cruise because it's cheaper. They've got accommodation, Kevin, they have food, they've got medical on board.
Yeah, well, that's what Ryan's doing, and then Kevin, 30 on a wake up, he's spending the whole year on a cruise ship. So it's interesting. I think there should have term limits and maximum age limits for our politicians. Yeah, I'll agree with that, Mitch. How come? There we go.
Politicians, the only job where you actually don't need any qualifications for the job.
Yeah, I don't know. I aim for $300 a day on what, Ralph? Oh, you need a drink package. Well, the drink packages are expensive, I know. But I I'm not a drinker. I mean, if I would go on a cruise, I'll have a sail away drink, that costs me, $10 and $20, $10 a piece for me and my wife, and we might have one more drink um, on the cruise. Now, we went on a lot of Mexico cruises, so in Cabo San Lucas and Puerto Vallarta and stuff like that, we get off and we might go into town and suck down some margaritas. But Mexico's gotten so damn expensive. I'd like to go back. I know Louis Cabo was on last time. Well, he comes on all the time, but I told him I've been jonesing to kind of go to Cabo, but I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much. Like I said, the the first times that I went to Cabo many, many, many years ago, I could get 10 tacos for $1. The last time I went to Cabo, it was $1 a piece. So things have changed. Where else can you get a hotel, food, and etc. for 300 a day? Yeah, and can't get a Motel 6 for yeah. That's true. Uh, uh, Putting it that way, Ralph, I have to agree because when I was kind of planning or trying to plan a trip to go back to the States to see my grandkids and my son. And I was looking at these crap ass hotels were $160 a night. Even like the Motel 6 was $120. And I'm going, you got to be kidding me. So I guess I'm spoiled living here in Thailand. No, he's still in Vietnam, as far as I know, Robert.
Yeah. If you go by his video, they just got there today.
Yeah, they're past that, but I think they're still there. Ralph, I see a plan that a few members want to cut a bunch of us. Believe any one would do that? I worry for my dad. Yeah, let's see, Bruce. Took a 14-day cruise, Southeast Asia. It was about 2,500. That was in 2011 and 12, though. Yeah, you can find them. The ones that their own, the Southeast Asia ones, the ones that go to Japan, and the ones that cut through and go through Thailand and Vietnam and blah blah blah. They're not at this time of the year. I think they're the ones that I'm thinking about getting for my wife is the one that is a Southeast Asia, and I think it's 11 days, and it's in January and February of next year. But same thing, 2,500, 11, 1,200 US dollars a piece, which I thought was reasonable. And just an inside cabin. I'm not going to spend, $10,000 and get a suite or anything. For what I found, and I don't know about you, but I always got a balcony because I was a smoker. And now I hear they're not letting you smoke on the balconies or anything either, but I don't smoke anymore. But other than that, for the time that we spent in the room, an inside cabin didn't matter. I think maybe I might go with one with the ocean view. It has a window in it, but otherwise, all we did was sleep in it. Got up in the morning and we were out and about. Yeah, but I checked Motel 6 that time too, and I think they were 112. And like the ones that give you a little breakfast in the morning, make your own waffle type thing. I forget the name. The ones that I'm talking about. We're a buck and a half, $1.60, $1.45. Yeah, and I'm like I said, I guess I'm kind of ruined because of because of COVID and all that. To get in 5-star hotels for $50 a night, including breakfast. Um, so I don't know. It ruined me. Everything's relative, I guess. I remember when I was in England. No sun, miserable. I've never been there. I'm still That's on my bucket list. Yeah, they do. They do have the smoking areas. At least the last time I was on there. Actually, the last time that I was on there, you could still smoke on the patio. You know, the patio deals outside your room balcony. And but I heard they stopped that.
Yeah, these days it's probably up on the upper levels at the stern of the ship. You
Actually,
couple the bad weather.
The place where they had like the buffet deal, and then usually outside of that was the pool, and it was like half of that area had ashtrays on it, right out of the food area around the pool, and then the other half was not smoking. But that was back. That's been a while since I've been on one. But
good morning, Mr. Mac.
When's Robert coming back? When are you coming back? And are you going straight to Vietnam, or are you coming to Thailand first?
Good morning, Ron John. I'm in a good mood today, so I'm not going to ban you today. I can't anyway. He's a moderator. Yeah, bugger.
Most of my cruises were on Princess. I want to say one of the reasons was I really like cigars, and I like their cigar lounges. So that's too bad. But Royal Caribbean, but Princess mostly, and I never Norwegian and all them. I never really did, but Princess, say 12 times, something like that. But let's see. I didn't even know that. That's weird. Huh. I just found out something else. Must be new or something. Above my chat, it shows live, and then next to it, it says starred 3. And I clicked that, and it's the 3 super chats. Yeah, that's pretty cool. When did they start doing that? It might have been all along. I just never saw it. I learned something new every day. Everybody's saying hi to Mitch. Mitch saying hi. Robert. Robert is packing me in a suitcase when he comes back to save you some dough. Cool. I think he's coming back before the end of the year, but I could be wrong. I know he's a land baron. I don't see how you do it. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe some states are different than California, but I would never own rental property anywhere in California. Nowhere. You have absolutely no rights. The people can just sit in your house for 8 months, and you got to spend all the money to get them out, and you never get a dime back. I could never do it. No way. But I've heard other places like Arizona, they got like 10-day deals. They don't pay in 10 days, you can get them out or something. But I could be wrong on that too. But I'm sure Robert knows. He's got a bunch of rental properties. But I would own zip in California. I got burned once. That's all it took.
I saw a video clip the other day where a sheriff was on the TV, and he was saying, "You got a squatter in your house, they're a trespasser. As far as we're concerned, you can shoot them."
Really? Sounds good to me. Have them come over.
We'd rather you did, because the paperwork is a lot less.
And this was a gal on my property in a 1-bedroom house, detached house, and she got in an argument with my wife, and boy, she was just the craziest bitch you ever saw. I went over there and offered her, I will give you money, plus I will pay wherever you want to go, your first, last, and security to get out. And she's told me no, go F myself. And 9 months later, and then she shoved every panties she had and shirts down the plumbing and blocked up all the pipes and put holes in the wall, and just a nightmare. I would have been better off to kill her and bury her on the property. I had 5 acres. I think about it occasionally. That ended up in prison. Anybody squatted on my? Yeah, I actually admit that that same property I had moved out of and I had a man and his 2 kids wanted to rent the place, the house, the main house. I said, okay, but here's the deal. I don't deal with cops. And when I tell you to get out, you've got 7 days to get out. If you don't get out, you'll never see a cop. You'll never see anything coming, but you'll wish that you had gotten out. And I guess he understood what it was. I let him know on a Wednesday. He was out by that Sunday, and I never had to get nasty or anything. But I was very upfront with him that he was there for like 2 years or something. It wasn't like I put him in there and told him he had to leave a week later. But and then after that, I sold that property, and I vowed to myself never to own any rental property, at least in California, because I had a friend tell me that Arizona they could get rid of them fairly quick.
The military in Victoria, well, the military in Australia had houses that they rented to the servicemen. In Victoria, they had a problem with squatters getting into the vacant houses, and they went through the civil approach to get them out, and they said, nothing we can do. So they had people watching, and when they went out to work or whatever they were doing, they'd turn up with a truck, turn off the water meter, disconnect it on the house side, and rip the pipes out of the ground, disconnect the electricity, put a sledgehammer through the toilet bowls, erect the back doors and whatever, and throw everything out on the grass.
Now you see, you do that in California or whatever, and you would end up getting arrested that for turning off making it unsafe living conditions in your house. Unbelievable the crap that you think you could do. You have absolutely no rights. Nothing.
It was military houses. Then they had squat busters, and they were military personnel who did it. So you report to the police, and they'd go, "Well, it's a military house. They can do what they like to their house. They can bulldoze it if they want."
I had a girl, a gal, a friend, just a friend, in high school, and we stayed in touch for many years after we got out of high school. And she ended up working for the banks and stuff. And the last time that I talked to her years, I want to say about 20 years ago, her job was the stuff that got foreclosed on. She would, hundreds and hundreds of them for big banks that she worked for. And she'd fix them up and sell them and whatever. She said her biggest problem was if somebody knew that there was a foreclosure and the foreclosure was empty, they would get in there, squat in there, and then she would spend 8 months trying to get them out. And she said she spent more of her time doing that than actually trying to fix the houses up and sell them. That's why the banks didn't want their properties back. They didn't care if they were still going to make more money because they had to maybe wait a year before they could sell it because someone was squatting in there. But yeah, she said it was amazing how people would just get in there just like it was their home. Oh, this is my house. They have all their furniture, their nice cars in the driveway. This is my home. Amazing.
Yeah, military got clever. As soon as the house was vacant, they'd get a single guy who lived on base, and they'd move him into the house with some basic military furniture, and they'd pay his electricity and food, and they'd just live in the house until it was
crazy
relet.
That's what I'm saying. The Walking Dead squatting wouldn't be okay. Yeah, I just don't know. Did you ever? That's why I'm over here in Southern Missouri. I don't know, man. I had bad taste in my mouth, Robert, from any rentals that I had in California. The worst was this lady, a lady. At least a man you could confront, threaten. Hard for me to threaten a woman. But I don't know. I couldn't do it. I know that it would. The only way that I would do it is if there was a place that they could get rid of them, and if I had 8, 10, 12, 15 of them, and I put them into got a management company that never bothered me, barely knew my phone number, and just took care of everything, I would be okay with it. Because you can make money. I mean, there's no doubt.
Yes, those are the houses I was talking about, Andy. And Laverton. Mind you, it's a few years ago now. They got rid of all those substandard houses.
I don't know. It's crazy. Well, I think I'm going to. What time is it? Oh, it's early, but been on for almost 2 hours. My tenants in California have already paid rent. My grandmother's house that my brother ended up keeping, and then we sold my mom's house and other stuff. The lady that was in there has been there paying, according to me, an exorbitant amount of money for a little house, 2,400, 2,800, crazy numbers for where the house is in Southern California. But and I think it's still, according to what they're telling me, a decent price. But she's been in there like 15 years, and she's one of those people that always pay ahead of time and take care of everything and never complain about anything. And maybe you get lucky like that. I just was never lucky. But I don't know. I couldn't do it. Born and raised in Missouri. It has changed a lot from what I hear. A lot of meth heads now. I think there's a lot of meth heads all over. That's what North Fork was supposed to be, where I moved. Bass Lake. North Fork was like the all Indian, indigenous Indian. And the lady across the street, Rhonda, they were all related. I was really surprised up there. She wasn't. She was a drinker, got sober, and she had a husband that was worth millions and millions and millions. They were both alcoholics, and his great 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 grandfather invented the flat bottom paper bag, and they had mills and stuff all over the place. But they're still up there, I think. My nephew now lives in the house. Rhonda and my wife became good friends, but they were supposed to be the meth capital of California, as far as I ended up finding out. Thankfully, not in Robert's area. Out of the slums. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends. Like right now, I wouldn't want anything. I wouldn't want anything because I wouldn't want, and this is me personally, Robert, I wouldn't want to get a phone call. Hey, my toilet's stopped up. Well, the front thing needs a washer. It's leaking. I mean, if I didn't have a company that could take care of it, maybe you do. I don't want to be bothered with shit when I retire. I don't want a phone call wanting me to do anything, nothing. And but like I said, if you had a company that takes care of all that stuff, that would be the way I would go. But that's just me. All right, let's see. Hour and 54 minutes and 31 seconds. We still got 13 people, 13 hardcore people watching, bro. But
yeah, it's been around that. You can't go yet, Dave. We haven't got to the geriatric bit and the medical ailments.
Well, that's true.
Oh, and the toilet humour.
Does anybody have any? I don't think so. I'm not having any. What do I have besides pouring boiling hot water in my lap?
Yeah, that's
I don't have. And that's almost gone. My hand is perfectly normal. My leg is a little reddish, but no scabs, no nothing. It's good. So I'm good on that. I don't have anything planned as far as anybody wanting to do anything with a garden hose. So I guess my insides are clean. Although I think I'm supposed to go again. I think it's been 10 years. I think I was 57 or 8 because I remember I told the story that I, made the doctor make my appointment because he kept on telling me every year, you need to go up front and make an appointment to have them shove a garden hose up your rear. Yeah, that'll happen. And so after 3 years, he finally said, what do I need to do? Make the appointment. Tell me what time I got to be there. Don't expect me to make, it's like make an appointment to have somebody shoot you in the head. That isn't going to happen. So
Yeah.
he did. So, but I think I want to say I was 57, and I think I was supposed to have it 10 years later because they didn't, no polyps, no nothing. Everything was good. My grandfather died of colon cancer. My mom used to go once a year, I think, and get checked out. But they told me come back in 10 years, so maybe I should think about it because I don't want to. I hate to put something off that if they actually caught something that it is curable and they could get rid of it and you could go on. And if you put it off and shit, it'll kill you. So I'm starting to get smarter in my old age, I think.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't use
about
a
time.
garden hose anymore. I told you when I went, man, I said, you guys make sure you give me enough juice. I don't want to wake up. Nothing. I woke up looking, I could see a television and there was something going on. And I must have said something because they were laughing like hell. Sure, I said something like, we haven't even dated. We haven't been on our second date yet." And then they put me back out again. But I should probably think about it. It's a fire hose. Oh shit. Uh, but it is, I guess, something you should do. Stuff that is curable. Like I said, if they tell me I have small cell lung cancer or if it's terminal, I'm not taking anything. I'll take my 6 months and say hasta luego. And I've seen what chemo and radiation can do to somebody. You want to go out? You want to say hi to anybody? Yeah. Yeah.
No. Hello, dog.
You want to go outside? Yeah. Can you shake? Want to show everybody how smart you are? No, you can't see. Yeah, I can't see.
Dog may be smart, Dad, not so much.
Yeah, me, not so much at all. Oh, he wants to go out though when he sits like that and he looks at me. You want to go outside? No? Oh, you want to come in my lap? Okay. What is that about? You're a good boy. Can you say hi? Yeah, is that in your way? There you go. What? Ah, he pulled out my headphone. Now what? You don't want it? What do you want to play with me? Oh, now you want to go out. Okay, okay. I'll let you out. Ooh, good boy. He's actually extremely intelligent dog. I think most labs are anyway.
Yeah, my pancake's just asleep in her bed at the moment.
Yeah, I know Mitch. When I first met Mitch, you had just lost a real important dog, right? That you had for years and years.
Oh, that was Honey. Yeah.
But he got a pony there. Yeah, pretty much, Robert. But Mitch has talked about it a few times. I think would I have this dog if I was single and had no one to take care of the dog when I left? Probably not. I don't think I'm that attentive in taking care of everything. I hate this. But having my in-laws here and having a place that somebody could come over and sit with the dog and whatever, because like in your case, and probably even more so than mine, you do 10 times the traveling than I do. That makes it a bitch. But it is kind of
Yeah.
cool, man. He's awesome. He comes up and he'll jump on the bed, drives my mother-in-law crazy. Uh, he'll lay with me. If I get up in the morning, he's right there at 5 o'clock, ready to go outside. He's just now getting the point. Oh, I can piss and shit outside. Yeah, you better. So he's starting to learn that, and he's just a good boy and smart like hell. I'm telling you. But if you have a residence that you're pretty much locked up in, and this is where you want to stay, and you have even friends or something that would come and stay in your house for 2 weeks while you go to Vietnam or whatever, it would be okay. But it's hard when you don't if you didn't have anybody to fall back on.
We're actually looking after the dog for my daughter.
You are? Oh, that's right.
It's her
That's
dog.
Spanky. Ah, that's right. But you have them quite often, right?
Always.
Oh,
For 14 years.
so lived 15 years. Took him to work when I ran my own jobs. Great friend. Yeah, there. It's just the unconditional love of an animal, a dog, is something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when are you going to stop doing that? When are you going to come to? Or are you never? Are you always going to be half here and half in the United States? There's nothing wrong with that's what I was originally going to do with my wife that passes away. But I don't know, man. It's hard for me. It's easy, like I said, I kind of envious of people that get to travel because their wife doesn't work or is retired. Um, that would be nice. But my wife, I don't think she'd be. She loves her work, man. She loves that. Like I said, she's got two families. She's got her family here. She's got her family of over 20 years at TOT, now NT, at her work. All especially her boss. Her and her boss are real close. Lady is a super lady, and they helped each other over the. They A lot of people help my wife and my mother-in-law. This family, people would because she had the two girls, and and they never. My wife never made a ton of dough. Neither did my mother-in-law or father-in-law. And but everybody helped her out through her whole life. Amazing people. The best friends of my in-laws that are both cops, but husband and wife, great people. Her boss and other people that I've met, just outstanding. I can't think of somebody off the top of my head to just say, God, that Thai person is a real ass. Now I'm sure that there are, but it just seems like they're just. I don't know. I'm lucky. I'm rambling. Same here, day. Yeah, it's yeah, she does. Yeah, I just got lucky. I mean, but her the way that she thinks and the way that her mind works, and still I'm still trying. I get a little aggravated every once in a while. I try to sabai, and she would like me to be more so. She said she likes the Santa Claus. She doesn't like the giant, and she said sometimes I can be the giant, and sometimes I could be Santa Claus. But so mostly I try to stay in the Santa Claus deal. I must back home to see the dog and cat 4 days. Yeah, I think as long as you have somebody or friends, like I said, it doesn't have to necessarily be a girlfriend, a wife, a family, friends, that could come over and say, hey, while you're gone for 2 weeks, yeah, we'd love to stay in your house and turn on your air conditioner and eat your food. And, especially people that maybe live in the village, to get away to have air conditioning and a 55, 65-inch television and stuff like that. It's a kind of a treat for them too. So if you have that, then I would say. But it's kind of, I do agree, Mitch. It's this bear. I've come to kind of like him. He's a good boy, and he's got to be. I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a big boy. He's got to weigh damn near as much as the kids. I mean, he's heavy. I don't know how much he weighs. I have to weigh him. Ron
Yes.
says daughter was a pup. Last couple of dogs we got from the lost dog home, unwanted or lost dog. Yeah, that's the ones that I would get. All the animals that dinner, who I still haven't done a video on, is an amazing story behind that. She can get out in front and she can get up on all fours and move around, but for the most part, she lays down, but with her head up, and it's amazing to see her from totally paralyzed to the way she is now. But her and her sister, Lunch, they were Soey dogs, right? Born on this property. We brought them over to the rental house because the guy behind us, rumored to have killed the third one, Breakfast, who was a boy, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we took them back here when we moved in. have come from friends. The cats, one fell out from under a wheel well while my wife was on a scooter. That's the one I call Bar Girl. And then we got a Persian. And I've come kind of attached to that Persian cat. Money is her name, and never thought I'd ever be. I thought cats were absolutely useless. They're kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a cat person.
I never was, Brock. Never was. And this damn cat is got a. I didn't think they had personalities, and I was really grossly I misunderstood what was going on with cats. They're pretty cool, and I imagine a lot of them are this way, but this one is kind of cool. My wife likes that. Then the cats had babies, and the dogs had babies. We don't have any of the puppies. We got a couple of the other cats. I'm going to say we have 5 cats, 5 or 6 dogs, and yeah.
See, Andy. Yeah, we had to adopt Honey. She was a rescue. They brought her around for a house visit, and as soon as they said her name was Honey, honey goes with pancake, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I think it's good. And there's so many of them. The dogs here, especially in Thailand, the soy dogs. It's good if you can adopt one. All right, Dave.
Dogs usually end up adopting you.
Hey, JR, how you doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. We just put up a video on Wagyu, right? Am I saying that right? The beef, the Japanese beef. It sure looked good. I mean, they were definitely eating it up, but it was looked good. Good content, good guy. By all means, doesn't cost anything. You guys can go over there and subscribe. Be great. Appreciate it. And you did a couple. What were the ones before? Yeah, I can't remember. He's got a couple. He's got some good stuff that he went out recently. I don't know where you guys are now. Are you back? Are you? I don't know how you edit your stuff. If you're like you keep everything in the queue and put stuff out way after you've been there. But I never. I would like to do that. Like I said, I'm one of those weirdos. If I end up going to Japan and stuff like that, everybody else will be going to all these tourist spots, and I'll want to be getting up in the mountains where the koi breeders are and checking out that. Probably end up spending a crap load of money on koi. Costs me more to go to Japan to just stay at home. But if you guys aren't subscribed, please do. Honey with pancakes. Maple syrup. Is that the next one? So Brock needs to get one more called maple syrup.
Yeah, and, maple syrup goes well on pancakes.
Yes, black and white seems to have. I've got some nice female cats in my development. They're fixed too. Yeah, I like I said, we never had cats. My mom wasn't a big cat person. We always had dogs, but never cats. Kobe beef. We're home now. My videos are once a week, so I'm 7 videos behind. I have them till June. That's the way to do it, though. I just can't. I'm weird, man. I wish I could pick up a camera and think of something and do it, but I need to do it. But, Seoul, Korea after Japan. That's where Logan was based when I first saw him, Going Grays. He's back now. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Still got to get you a shirt somehow too. Well, next time you're in this area, this thing is killing my ear for some reason. So you got to get a dog and send it to Brock. Ron, name it maple syrup.
No more dog.
Appreciate it. You'll like it. It's good content. Yeah. So you had 2 cats. See, I never had a cat until now. I told you the story about the one that got its eyes scratched out and then the other one scratched out and still found its way home. A person that had lived in the house before me, I knew her. It was my grandma's house. And she came a week after and said, the cat hasn't eaten anything for a week. Can I leave it here? I'll put a feeder in the garage. And I said, sure. It was a tomcat or whatever. But it brawled and ended up getting both its eyes ripped out. But it was kind of a cool cat, but it was an outside cat.
I used to call my sister's cat Craybait.
What is it? What?
Called it Craybait.
Craybait?
Yeah. Apparently, cat's pretty good bait for crayfish.
Oh, is it? I like crayfish. Oh, they have them here? They have them in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
I like crayfish. Maybe I should put a bunch of crayfish in that front pond. I don't think they'll eat the koi. Well, maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe the koi will eat them. If the rain goes away tomorrow or next day, I will go live from the cattle ranch. Cool. And I don't know if you ever answered, but when are you? Because I'm going to go here in a minute. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes. When are you coming back this way? Is he coming before the end of the year or not till next year? I can't believe that. This is the first time that these have bothered my ear. I don't know why. Maybe I got them to.
Is your head swelling, Dave?
It could be. I don't know. Maybe I got cauliflower ears. Let's see. Carrie. Let's see if they. Oops. Let's see. Delivery will be attempted today. Really? That was quick. I think I told you guys this morning that it says out for delivery. I ordered that. Where is it? I'll show you. That key. I thought it was just. This is a Logitech. Let's see. I ordered it like 2 days, and it's going to. It's a Logitech key or wireless keyboard and mouse. Going to be here today. Son of a bitch. All right, I can try it with this one. And that Brock, did you ever? Since I got you, okay. Before I go, here is. You tell me whether this thing is halfway decent or not. Did you answer me on the I told you I bought one of those all-in-one Asus from my wife's work. It's got a 1 gigabyte hard drive. It is the 1 gigabyte hard drive. It's got 16 gig of RAM. It is the that's the wrong one. It is. Come on, where are you? Let's see. It is. It is the Intel i5 9400 CPU, 2.9 gigahertz to 3 point something. 16 gigabyte of RAM, and it says 64-bit operating system.
Yep.
I paid 5,000 baht for it. So what is that? 30, 60, 90, like $120 US.
You can't go wrong on that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'm going to put that over here. Then I've got my laptop, and I should be able to edit off of that too, right? Should edit.
You should
right?
be able to edit off it. It's got a fast enough processor, and you got 16 gig of RAM, so you should be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get it today. She's going to bring it home from work. She had all hers. I guess every 2.5, every 2 years or 3 years, they get them new computers. So they just ordered her that one, and then they offer it to the. I said, well, hell, I got it. That today's exchange rate. I'm so horrible. Okay, 5,000 divided by 37. $135. I figured then if something happens to this laptop, I still got a computer that I can use. So as a
Yeah,
backup, I figured it'd be good. But I just didn't know much. But I figured they're a government company. They're not going to buy a piece of shit computer. I wouldn't think. And it's what did I say it was? It's a hold on. Oh shit!
it's an Asus.
I think it's yeah. Where did it go? Oh, you bitch. Yeah. What is it? AC Acer ACER.
Oh, Acer.
That's a decent one, right?
Yeah. What model do you know?
Yeah, there it is. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, but
No.
it's an all-in-one. Yeah,
What's
maybe
it on?
let's see.
Is it
Let's
on a
see what it's.
screen? Built into the screen, is it?
Yeah, it's a all-in-one. Everything is. It
Oh,
says it
cool.
is the processor Intel R Core TM, and that was that i5 9400 CPU. Um, Full device name a 1J30123-257. Let's say that's a device name.
What was the name
And
again? IJ30?
there's a what about a product ID number? There's a
Yeah.
there's a device ID and a product ID. Which one would you want?
The IJ30.
IJ3123-257 is device name, and the device ID is a big long number. A 112BC D999 B775 48B1 BFC6
Yeah.
17 BCD 408 4165. Now the ID number is a lot smaller, and that's a 00330-71400 53984 AAOEM.
Too many numbers.
Windows. What's that?
An Aspire C27.
C27. I don't see that. It doesn't have like just a
I
OS.
i3 i31215U.
This one has the i5 9400. Device ID and device product ID. You think that would be the number you would want? And it's the Windows 10 Pro.
Yep. Oh, 10 Pro is good.
Is it?
Yeah.
64-bit. Yeah. So I don't know. When I get it, I should be able to put my. She tried to take a picture off the front of it, and I can't make it out. She did a video, and the camera didn't focus well enough on the lower corner of the screen. There's the the I'll show you. Shit. Oh boy, I can't win for anyway. On the lower part of the screen, it shows the Windows little. I'll show you what I mean, but it didn't come into focus. So Come on. My phone's screwing up. Let's see if I can stop it this time. She took a picture of the lower part of the screen, and it's got this here, Brock. And I think that tells what windows, what model number, what everything. But
Yeah.
I can't read it.
But you can't go wrong with it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so. But maybe if you know next time when we look, it says it's the iCore i5 9th gen, and then it says, I wish I could. It looks like it's a T76M3 V20TF, maybe something like that. I can't read all the numbers, but they're all there. So imagine. And
Yeah, they'll be on the back of the machine when you get it.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look it up. We bore people. Actually, got more people than now. All right. I think. What did everybody say here? What are you talking about computers for?
We've still only got 9 thumbs up. Come on, people.
Really?
We need 8 more to click the like button.
All right, everybody. I'm going to spend almost 2.5 hours. So thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll do it again on Friday. In case anybody didn't know, the intro and the outro that is on my live streams, Richard from Richard Travels did for me graciously. And I appreciate it, Richard, as always. And everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will catch you on the next one.
We'll be back.